Let's start recreating our drawing. I'm going to use the pen tool. I'm going to create a vector path, and that's how I would like you to recreate your drawing using vector paths. If you have a symmetrical object, you can certainly use the rectangle tool or any of these shape tools, but if you have an irregular object like I do, or an irregular, I should say really an irregular contour or an irregular shape, then the best way to recreate this digitally is using the pen tool. So let's not confuse that with the curvature tool. We're not going to be worried about that for this class. The pen tool is really the tool that we want to use. So let me select that. And I'm going to zoom in. My advice is, while you're working on this, zoom in enough so that you can really see what you're doing and hold down the space bar so that you can drag your artwork into a position that's comfortable as you're drawing this. So to start out, I'm actually going to start beyond the bounds of my artboard, and I'm going to start by clicking and dragging with my mouse, and as I drag, I draw out these things called handles that I can rotate, and I want to drag these handles in the direction that my vector path is going to go. So since my my next path is down here, I'm dragging I'm dragging my handles in the direction of the path. So see, as I drag this out, I'm dragging it in the direction of the path, and I'm only setting anchor points at places where my path is changing direction. Because every time you set an anchor point, your path is going to change direction. So if I have a pretty much a straight contour here, there's no need for me to set to click and place anchor points all along this contour, because the next place that my path changes direction is going to be right here. So I'm going to click to place the anchor point, and then I'm going to hold the mouse key down and drag my handle in the direction that my path is going to go. And then the next time my path changes direction, I'm going to click to place an anchor point, and then drag the handle in the direction that the path is going to go. Now don't worry at this point if your path does not conform exactly to the contours of the drawing below. We'll fix that later. So again, I'm clicking and dragging out these anchor points so that I have a smooth, curved path. If we need a sharp corner, we can go back in and get those later. Click and drag, and click and drag. That's how you should be creating your path, okay? Now here, the path doesn't need to change direction until right over here, so that's why I'm going to click and drag and place an anchor point, drag out my handles, here again, here again. All right, and I'm going to go beyond the edge of my artboard. And then I'm going to continue and even though there's a corner here, I'm going to click and drag out handles. I'll go back and fix these corners later. So here again, drag out a handle in the direction that the path is going to go. Drag out a handle. So notice how at this point, my path is not conforming exactly to the contours of my object. It's because I'm dragging these handles out and I'm not getting corners. So I'm going to close my path now. This is the first anchor point that I placed, and when I hover over that, you see a little hollow circle. That means I'm going to close the path. So it's important that you close this path so that you have complete control of the fill on the path. All right.